convincing my ex. This is such a scumbag move.
Tell us.
To like
history for Foos.
how I had an audition for. I told her I had an audition for. What was it for diversity? What was that thing called?
Gentefied.
No, but it was something comedy.
Oh, the diversity show for NBC or CBS.
Yes, I told her that the auditions were in Vegas, and then I had to get to Vegas, and I needed help paying for a room. And what it was a chick that I met on Tinder the last time I was in Vegas. That was totally like, if you come out and get a room, I'm down. And then,
so she didn't get the room.
My ex got.
Who paid for the room?
My ex.
But there was no gig.
No.
But you used her money for the.
Yeah, and I just boned down all weekend on that chick. Actually, I didn't even bone down on her all weekend, and she kind of grossed me out halfway through the weekend. She was like a real. She looked good in person too, but she had like National Geographic body. You know what I mean? Like it looked very indigenous.
She had tattoos?
No, bro. She had like pointy tits. And then she had like a big ass sack for a belly. And she was drunk the whole time. Like the whole fucking weekend, she was ripped. So.
She flew in?
I flew in. She was from Vegas.
She don't have a home in Vegas?
She did. She lived with her mom. So, but that's why she was like, if you get a hotel, I'll come stay with you. And so I was like, I'll get that, dude. So I needed the money. I didn't have money. At the time, like I was like letting my ex-girlfriend pay for everything unless I had gigs. But if I had a gig, she took the money. Like whatever I made, she absorbed the money. And she took care of all the money. So I was like, how the fuck am I gonna go fuck this chick, dude? So I was all, oh yeah, dude. I got a fucking audition for Stand Up for Diversity in Vegas. That's what a scumbag I was, bro.
Should pay her back?
No. Well, I mean, she got to keep the house. That was like fucking $500,000.
That's the one you found with another guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
So everything's good then.
Everything's peachy. I got it. The universe paid me back 7-fold. Oh yeah, I totally got what I deserved out of that relationship.
And she left you for a guy that looks just like you.
Yes, a white version of me. And they own a liquor store in Portland, Oregon now.
They're doing good.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So you're like a rest area while a woman goes on to find real love somewhere else.
Wait, what do you... For that one, I was.
You're a rest area relationship.
Yeah, I was a rest area relationship.
You're a rest area while a woman gets her shit together.
Both of them. Both my first marriage and my second one were pretty much rest area marriages. Yeah. This relationship, though, is perfect.
Why? 'Cause she lives out of town?
No, I behave myself. I'm very happy. Very happy. Like, she's fun to be with. I like hanging out with her. The other two, not so much.
How much money you owe her?
The last...
This one.
This one?
Don't be lying.
Nah, dude. I don't think I owe her any money. If I do, it's in like less than $100.
You ever met a woman and like or any woman, and as soon as you meet her, you put your wallet and your phone in your pillow?
That's a hooker. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Actually, there's one I should have done that with, but it didn't do that.
For anybody out there listening to this, and if you've never been with a woman of the streets or called somebody, shower before. Because if they tell you to shower first, that's when they rob your ass.
That's when they're taking your money, bro.
Yeah. Like that one homie we saw in there. Come on. Just give you a come on.
Come on, dog. Oh, yeah. What? That dude came running out of the... He had his towel on.
He had his towel.
We're in Fresno. Was it Fresno or Merced or something like that?
Texas.
It was Texas.
It was that hotel.
No wonder I thought it was Fresno or Merced.
It was that hotel where I think the girl from the hotel picked us up.
Yes, bro.
And checked us in.
Yeah, and that guy comes running out, and he's got his towel on, and he's like, what did he say, bro?
I got robbed.
Yeah, but he tried to make it seem like it was his girlfriend at first.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like had to come out because of like the information he had to divulge was that they didn't really know each other that well. It was more like a hooker. She probably told him to jump in the shower, fucking robbed him, and bounced, dude. Yeah, dude. I had a friend who met a hooker online, and she told him to go to her house. And he went to her house, and then she took him upstairs. And he said the whole house was empty when he got there. And then when he got down back to his car, the car was completely empty. Like whoever was in the house emptied out the car. So that was.
What did he take?
I don't know. He just said that they robbed his car. He was like, everything in the trunk, I had my briefcase. He said it was like, it sucked because it was nothing of value, but it was a comic. So it was all his writing materials.
That went straight to the trash first.
That's the sad part, bro.
Like I think when we got robbed in Texas.
No, it's like, this is gold.
When we got robbed in Texas, one of the comics, he had a backpack just with all his notes, all his comedy notes, ideas from when he first started stand-up. Those guys that probably bought a bunch of drugs, and then they started opening a backpack. Hey, read it again? Orale, that guy sounds lonely, eh?
That's what I'm saying. They're all reading it.
Orale, man, this guy's... His poems don't even rhyme, man. They end with sadness.
They can't tell that he's a comic.
No.
They're just like, this guy's going to kill him. They go back and they like, hey, man, if you need help, you can get high with us.
What is this? Me and my friends went out. What do you do for a living? What's going on here?
I mean, don't leave what you write in the green room. That's for sure, dude. Because someone will pick it up and read it.
I read it.
I read it
on stage. Don't leave your notebook. I think the young comics, I feel bad for the young comics who think that they could just leave their folder at the club like it's a fucking schoolyard day. Yes. And nobody's gonna check it.
No, this is what you're writing and working on.
You should be holding on to it like it's your life. Or write it on your phone.
People are gonna think differently of you. That's all I know. Is if you, because like, all right, I can't say like much. I feel like I'm a good comic, but I know if you read my fucking notes, you would be like, this is just writings of a madman. This is just. I remember that one time we went out. We were in San Jose. We found someone's notes, and we were smoking weed the whole night, just reading.
We were doing it.
We were doing this person's jokes as a set in public. Like we would get up in front of a group of people that were just chilling and be like, hey, blah, 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 Shabadoo!
Oh, yeah, we had a Shabadoo third punchline. And
yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
one of the jokes was about his father not teaching him how to throw a baseball.
Yeah.
And I remember the bottom of the row struck out.
I don't know whose that was, man, but I felt bad for that person because we just ripped those jokes apart that night, dude.
You know what's bad? That at least, you know, like, as a comic, I've lost of notepads. Somebody probably reading my shit right now.
Oh, bro.
Looking for probably gonna make, hey, every comic who loses their shit says this when they first lose their shit. Somebody's gonna make a movie with my shit, bro.
No one, dude.
And when Rodrigo lost his iPad, when that fool lost his notebook. No,
really?
That fool lost his laptop, the Mac. He lost the map.
Right.
And he lost everything, bro. All his notes.
No one's writing that movie. All of a sudden this year, The Exterminator. Is this thing on too? Are you gonna watch that new comedy movie?
Which one?
Is this thing on?
Hell no, bro. I was mad at that movie when they were filming it. I was trying to get to Bob Robert Kelly's podcast.
I don't want to watch.
It was inside Gotham's or whatever that place is where they shot it.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of PAs blocking my way in.
Right.
He goes, sir, we're filming right now. I have to go in that building. We're filming in there. Yes, that I'm going in there. And they just I go, I don't care. And I kept walking. There's a bunch of comics hanging out in the front that were probably in the movie. So I started giving them all high fives. And that person saw me give my high fives. Then I kept going more. So you can't go with them. So I'm going in.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going in.
Yeah.
Try to stop me then.
Stop me. Go ahead.
Stop me.
Yeah.
Then I just went in, bro. I could hear him in a walkie-talkie talking shit about me all the way in. But they don't know, bro. When Felipe Esparza is not in a movie and you're shooting a movie,
right,
you're going to tell me what to do. I didn't know what the movie's about.
Right. You didn't know that it was about stand-up comedy?
I don't care.
You don't give a fuck.
Fuck, dog. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to that podcast and leave that podcast in 1 hour.
Right. You're just trying to get your shit done.
I'm in New York, bro. You think we want to do a podcast too?
Yeah. Is that where that was filmed in New York?
Yeah, it was put at the Cellar. That area where it was shot is probably one of the best parts of if you want to hang out in New York. Because all the original clubs, you know, were
that's on Greenwich, right?
Greenwich Village. Yeah, where all the original clubs were like Richard Pryor, Lenny Bruce, all those places are in that area. And there's a place where they have concerts. Bro, I was walking by, people recognizing me. Bro, you going up? No, bro, I'm doing this podcast here.
Someone told me that there's a bunch of other, like, the Grizzly Pears on that street. There's a bunch of other comedy clubs. And the reason why they exist and do so well is because the other club, the main club right there, is always sold out. So people will just go buy tickets to other comedy clubs.
You can't walk 2 blocks without somebody trying to hustle you, give you free tickets for the other comedy clubs.
It's like that's like Figueroa for comics.
Yeah,
and instead of hookers, it's
they got people. Comics. They got non-regulars in the streets giving out free tickets for tourists.
Yeah.
All day long.
And that's how you get your sets. That's how you.
But I remember the New York Comedy Club. I don't know if they do it like this still, but they have a show at fucking 5, 7, 9, 11, and 1.
No fucking way.
All day. So these comics will get paid, what, $100 a show? And then go do the Cellar, and they're doing fucking 7, 9, 12. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Then you go over there, the comic strip, they're doing 5. They're more of a tourist trap.
That's how they do
They're
it
doing
there.
3, 5, 7, 9, 11, bro. And they're giving out free tickets, you know. People say you got to be real funny to be in New York. No, you got to be really funny to be anywhere.
You got to be really funny.
You got to be funny to be in Vegas, but you don't want to get stuck as a Vegas comic.
Right.
And you don't want to be stuck as that just being based as a New York comic that only works in New York. Because some of those New York comics, who are known because they're funny everywhere. But the ones that think that they try to go to LA, bro, and pobrecito, bro.
Yeah.
And you come over there, you see them bomb. Like they're funny on the podcast.
Well, we have that here too.
But LA comics too, bro. They try to think they're all bad and they go to Chicago.
Bro, we have
start talking about Figueroa. There ain't no Figueroa over there. You're talking about Food for Less. There ain't no Food for Less over there.
We have like what I like to call local legends here, which I've learned in the last couple.
Jay London, thank you.
I'm thinking more like the homie that I was just mentioning earlier that kicked me out of like that area. Where it's like I only see this motherfucker here. Like I don't see him in the Bay. I don't see him on the road when we're on the road. You know, because sometimes I'll go to like what I love.
Let me tell you, bro. On that comic defense, Pauly Shore doesn't put his opener name on the. All they gotta do is go out there and with a little ticker and count the audience.
Right? Yeah, go do that.
Something you gotta do that, bro. They might say it's fucking 275. Then you get a bonus.
Right.
Then you start click. and then you don't get the bonus, and you wrote down, wait a minute, man, I had Jesus Trujillo walking around. He called it 300.
Right.
I had Felipe Esparza. He called it 285.
Right.
I had fucking Edwin San Juan. He clicked it for me. He called it 285, whatever. Right? Whoever comic that was there clicking it for him, right?
Right.
Because that happened to me one time.
The clicker comic.
But one time it happened to me, bro.
Right.
And I don't want to say what club.
Oh, shit.
But I was on stage and I started bringing in chairs. I started bringing in more tables.
Right.
And then at the end of the week, bro, motherfuckers, I didn't get that bonus. Then I asked, bro, I saw you guys putting in tables. Oh, man, we have to close one table because they couldn't see. Oh, you just found out they couldn't see?
Bro, you've had this building here fucking forever. Yeah.
But I don't hate on anything like that. Like if a comic has to go there and count or sit on the comic,
No, I'm not mad at it.
That makes my job easier because by the time I'm there,
right.
when I show up, they know not to fuck around.
Right.
Or like when people say that, oh man, this comic asked for so much, let him ask. Right. Let him be that guy. Because when I show up and no ask for nothing, they're gonna treat me really nice.
Right.
Because because what the other comic did.
Right. Bro, it happens all the time.
And I don't get mad at the other comic.
Right.
Bro, I heard a story, bro. I don't know if it's the same comic, but at the that was the Improv. That fool ordered a big ass ribeye. Mm-hmm. Ate it. And that's when that was the Improv, the good ribeye, remember? So then he ordered another one, ate it. I fool ate a third one, and threw it at the fucking waiter.
Damn. I would love to know who that was. Oh my God.
And then I don't know what else happened. He threw something at the same waiter, I guess. And then the
bro, I'm just
oh
waiting.
Jim.
If you throw food at me, I'm beating the fuck out of you.
Oh Jim.
Oh, this is how long ago this was?
Yeah, oh Jim.
Yeah.
Called up all the managers of all the clubs that are working tonight and told them not to let that comic in anywhere or we're gonna have problems. So they call everybody. Nobody let them in. That's what to go drink at the hotel bar.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, dude. Yes, that guy was out of hand though.
But then I show up, bro, and they treat me good.
Right. Well,
so I don't have to throw a stick at anybody because that they know not to mess up.
When I go on the road with this fool, first of all, I think I came up in this, like when I first started doing comedy, I knew Felipe. And then I would go on the road with him a little bit. He would take me somewhere here. Edwin San Juan, also another guy, would do that. Even with George Perez. And here's the thing, bro, with everybody that I've worked with, especially you, if you're like, make sure you tip. If you don't fucking tip, like, you know, like you, it's not like we get in trouble, but you're shamed if you don't fucking tip, bro. Like, so Felipe makes sure we tip. I remember Edwin used to tell me, you never know who's going to be in charge of what one day. So we even treat the waiters and staff like they're fucking nice, like they're gold. So we do all that, bro. And I've been there with you when we pull into town, we hang out the whole weekend, bro. We order food, you know, we take care of the staff. You know, I always make sure to thank the staff because they do a good job. But we always get told afterwards, you guys are the nicest people. Because last week we had this group of people and they were really mean to us or they were really rude. And it's crazy to me, bro. Because it's like, you got to come back here next year. Like, what are you doing throwing steaks at people? I think it's also, man, like, I know, like, some comics, they've been told already not to, like, okay, you get, like, I don't even know how much the credit for the drinks and the meals are, because I never went over. Right, yeah. I didn't even know. Yeah, right. You didn't even know you had a credit. I didn't even know. Yeah. Well, there's been times where I know that but I work with comics where they went over it already. Right, yeah. Now they're gonna start charging these fools. Mm-hmm. And then I remember they put me in the corner and goes, don't order shit tomorrow. And I'm like, well, I never ordered shit anyways. What did I do? I eat before I get here. Right. I eat tacos. I would eat meat back then. I didn't even drink. I'm in the corner. Yeah. Well, I've been there when they like bring friends in. Like I just fucking come bringing families in, bro. Yeah. Families. And then
their family will be over there going to every show. And then the waitress will have to go in a green room with their bill. Oh, he said he was going to pay for it.
Bro, yes.
And then the comic will pay it.
I've had to do that. I've had to do that for that. Remember that fool back in the day, Big Worm? He brought in a homie, and those two fucking fat motherfuckers were eating, and I thought they were ordering on their own. Because I'm like, bro, this fool's been here forever. It's been here as long as I have. And he's like, hey, can I come and kick it up in your green room? Yeah, man, I'm cool, bro. Because to me, it was like, when I had shows, the green room was like kind of a party too. You could come up, hang out, bullshit. I would buy like hella beers and put them. So I was like generous like that. But this fool was ordering food, bro.
I remember the comedian named Moose Mingos. He showed up at the Gabriel Iglesias was performing headlining.
Yeah.
And this comedian named Moose Mingos shows up and starts ordering food. I'll get there early, right? Because it's far. And that fool's out there eating and shit.
Yeah.
Mingling, eating.
Yeah.
And he goes, you going up? Nah. The way you're ordering food.
Why are you ordering food?
That's what I told him, bro. I checked him. Why are you ordering food?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm stupid. No, you're not. You're not stupid.
You know.
A stupid person knows not to come in and do this.
Right, yeah.
You're trying to take over the situation like you do it. It's like those comics that live closer to the 909, you know, who never go to LA.
Yes.
Then they could just show up whenever anybody headlines and ask for a guest spot.
Yes.
And get free food.
Yes. That happens everywhere as well. And it's great because it happens like we'll come through and there'll be someone in the green room waiting for us, you know? And it's like, this fool handles it really well. It's really nice to them, you know, but you can tell they're like, they want to order a lot of food. They want to like, you know, hopefully you're going to give them a set. You know, I always tell comics, bro, you know what you should do? If you want to be cool with the comic and let them know you just want to be cool with them, show up after the feature goes up.
Yeah, bro, show up with your hot lady and 2 extra chicks.
Yes.
Or
show up with an offering.
Don't show up with a guy with sandals, wearing socks, and there's a hole in the big toe, bro.
Yeah, bro. Don't bring your homie. Remember that time we were in we went to this, we were in
Also, don't bring anybody. If you're a comic and you have a homie that's coming with you,
don't bring
make sure that he doesn't have a bigger personality than you, because I'm going to be looking about, why do you do stand-up, bro?
Right.
He should be the loser.
You got this guy with you, but don't bring... I remember we were in Texas and this homie showed up to come hang out, and we were cool with him. But he was a big deal there, I think, so he thought, well, it'd be cool if I showed up with my entourage. And it's like, you shouldn't have an entourage. Nobody knows who the fuck you are.
Yeah, why are you doing an entourage?
Like, come by yourself, bro. Like, and I even told him, I was all, bro, you could have come and hang out with us, but you got fucking 5 guys with you, dude. Like, I remember that.
They walk around the middle of the stage like nobody's going to recognize you here.
I remember coming up here to do shows because I got invited to do shows. And it was like my first time leaving home and stuff, so I was a little weird. And I brought 2 homies with me. And I remember someone told me along the way, because I was doing like 2 or 3 different shows. They're all, hey, you're cool, man, but just some advice, dude. You don't need to bring homies with you, dude. Because that's 2 extra guys you got to feed now. You know, that's 2 extra guys you got to introduce. They're going to make the green room awkward if you get led into the green room, all that stuff, dude. Like, even now, bro, like, I have, like, my homie that I do a lot of shows with and hang out with, my homie Damien, you know, but if someone invites me personally to something, I won't even bring my comedy homie, bro. I'm just like, I got invited personally.
What about that Joe Diaz got mad at this comic who showed up to a show at the Brea Improv? And he was like just mingling with a glass of wine and a big hat.
Yeah.
And then Joe goes, Joey, you're performing here tonight? What? You couldn't see the fucking marquee all week with your fucking big ass hat?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Don't come here asking dumb questions, dude. There's that one dude that shows up whenever we're in like El Paso and stuff, and he's like,
I went to a comedy store last time, bro, and I went to the back.
Yeah.
And then like the doorman there, I don't know if the doorman and security guard working there.
Okay.
He asked me if I'm going up. And that motherfucker, you should know who's going up.
You should know the lineup.
You should know the lineup, motherfucker.
You're the doorman.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak in here with a hot chick, eh?
Right. Every day that I worked at the
And
comedy.
when I left, he wasn't there no more, bro. They had the native looking Latina chick there that beats up people.
Hey, bro, those chicks don't let nobody go by, bro.
They must have punked him or something.
Yeah, they don't fuck
Because he asked me if I'm
dude.
going up.
Even they know me well, they know I'm with you. Bro, they still will fucking, if I'm not doing something I'm not supposed to, they're on it, dude. They're pretty dope chicks though, dude. Fucking, but when I worked at the Improv, I would make sure to know the lineup every day, who was allowed in, who wasn't. This is the thing is like, I still get love from the Improv, my homie Jake, because he's like, bro, we were talking the other day. He's like, Butch remembered everybody's names. I remember everybody's names, and I remember everybody who. Because, dude, here's the one thing that you fuck up at the Improv, like places like that, is that there's staff that doesn't work as in comedy, like particularly, right? Like you have like agents that you may not recognize, or people who are like super high up in levity, and they'll come in and the fucking doorman's like, "Can I help you?" And it's like, you should fucking know these people.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, the doorman should know. If you're gonna be in the back of the comedy store doorman,
Yeah.
you have a list right there.
Bro, you should know not only...
Because you know, like, there's gonna be a comic and come into the back
right,
and spit in your face if you don't let them in.
yes.
And then what are you gonna do?
Yes.
I'm a nice guy, bro.
Yes.
I only why would I sneak in?
There's nothing more embarrassing
That's
than...
one of the reasons I wouldn't even go back. You know what I mean?
There's nothing more embarrassing than a person that rolls up, because I've had this happen as a new doorman, and you go, "You're not supposed to be in here," and they're like, "Bullshit, I am." No, you're not. And then they go get the manager, and after you've argued with them, the manager's like, "No, they're allowed back here," and you feel stupid. So to me, that only happened once, and I was all, I don't want to feel that dumb again. So I'd remember people, or I'd like, if someone walked by that I didn't know and looked like they were somebody, I'd ask somebody I knew. And it took me a little bit of time, bro, but I realized right off the bat, like, get to know names, remember people, fucking all that shit, bro. But the other thing is your job, and this is things that I think doormen lack on both the major clubs here in LA, and maybe they don't, but I didn't see it when I was a doorman, except for me. It was like, I knew where to get good drugs. I knew where to get fucking good weed. I knew where you can go to fucking get the ladies. I knew where to get, if you wanted fucking, if you needed a guy to drive you around town, and a guy can do that. Like, that's your job as a doorman, dude. That's why that's why you get your palms greased. Because you know somebody, dude.
Before I used to go to the when I had a show in the main room, because I never go through the front. I don't like to be known, eh?
Right.
So I go through the side. But before I went to the side, I wasn't comfortable going to the side. I would just go through the main entrance, and I would tip everybody on the way in.
Right.
So there'd be no problems.
So we would have no
I
problem.
would give the Samoan guy a fat 20.
Right.
And then the other guy another fat 20. And then like just go in. And then one time when the show was sold out, there was this Arab guy came up to me and goes, "Man, I saw you here last time. Oh man, we're way in the back. How can we get in?" I said, "You see that guy right there, man?" I said, "Give him $40.
Bro, the amount of people...
I said, "Give him $40 and you have a ticket, right? He'll let you right in." Are you serious?
Yes.
So he went over there. He walked to the front. He goes, and he gave that fool $50. And then that fool just brought him right in, bro. Like
on in,
fucking
sir.
Henry Hill of Goodfellas.
You know what I hated, bro, as a doorman? Is people would come up to me. I'm the doorman, all right? This is how I know this world is becoming out of touch. You know, like even boomers, bro. This isn't like a younger people thing. Even boomers will come up and go, "Hey, I heard it sold out tonight." Yes, it is. "Man, is there any way I could get a ticket or buy like a ticket to get in?" And I'm like,
If you don't know how, get out of here, Ray.
get the fuck out
Out
of
of
here.
here.
Bro, I learned this from I have a good...
I would have given the guy $20 just
Yeah.
for his time to listen to me.
Right.
Just hear me out, bro. Here, keep that.
My dad would go, if you're at a cabaret, this is how old I am. My dad would go, if you're at a cabaret or something like that, and it's sold out or they won't let you in, you fold up a 50, put it right here in your hand, put your thumb over it, and you walk over to the guy and you go, "Hey, man, is there any way that I can get in tonight? Me and my girlfriend would love any seat you can give us." and you fucking shake his hand and you palm him. That was the like literal meaning of palming back then. You know, now they just call palmers people who shake hands, is what I heard. But you give the guy $50 and he go, yeah, we can help you out. Come right this way. You know, and that was the thing, bro. But if you come up to me and go, is there any tickets I could buy? Is there any way? I can't help you, bro. I got cameras. I got my boss over my shoulder. And if you're like fucking, I'm talking, I'm a doorman as of like, how long has it been since I've been out of the improv? 6 months, maybe. So this is 6 months old. But if you were to come up to me and palm me $50, I'm finding you a fucking seat, dude. I'm fucking hungry. The improv pays me fucking dick, dude.
Bro.
Shows get canceled all the time. You give me $50, dude, I'm gonna fucking find a seat.
You know, you know how people pay to get in?
Yeah.
And they want to, they tip you to put them in line. Bro, this fool one time he gave me $40 to let him out.
To let him out? How?
I was standing by the side door when I was working as a doorman at the fucking Quiet Canyon, New Year's Eve. I was downstairs by myself, sad, hearing all the music.
Right.
This fucking Mexican dude with blue eyes and a hot chick, he fucking goes, hey, bro, my wife showed up. Can you let me out this door? Oh, man, I'm not supposed to let anybody out in.
Yes, my man. Yes. $100.
Even though you're the first person I've spoken to in the last 3 hours.
Right.
He gave me $100.
Fuck, I was going to say, that's $100, dude.
He gave me $100 and the alarm went off. Hey, what happened? Oh, leaning too hard on it.
Sorry, my bad. $100 in your pocket, dog.
He left, bro. He gave me a hug. She gave me a hug and a kiss on the cheek. Thank you. Smell like penis. No, I was just kidding. But yeah, I let them out.
Yeah, no, bro. That's the thing, dude. It's like money still talks, you guys.
Like somebody was, are you on a show? Shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah.
Why would I try to sneak in, you dumb motherfucker?
That's the one I hate, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, are you
he
on
asked
the
me
show?
if I was on the show.
Why the fuck am I here?
Why am I here?
Why am I here?
Why am I here, bro? How many Mexicans sneak into the main room? You piece of shit. So I go in there and Howie Mandel, bro. I didn't know he was a fan. He said, great set. He came in with an entourage.
He can come in with an entourage. He has to. He's huge, dude. Someone that big.
And they're all named Bobby.
They're all named Bobby. Someone that big has to have an entourage, but not everybody needs an entourage.
But he's a germaphobe, bro. He has to have somebody breathing the bad air on this side and then the other one from the back.
Blowing it back on him?
Germaphobe.
Big
blowing
time.
bad air away from him.
Big time germaphobe, dude.
He gave me a fist bump like that.
I can get with that. Oh, wait. Crazier than Larry Bubbles, dude?
Murr! History for fools. The first time I heard about Pancho Villa, man, was when I guess if you're a Mexican kid who was born in Mexico, there wasn't a time where you did not know who Pancho Villa was.
I think if you're a Mexican kid.
You're a Mexican kid, yeah, man.
Dude,
you know Pancho Villa. You know,
yeah,
the legends. You know all of that shit. But there's a book out there if you want to read it. It's called I Fatty. Look it up. I apostrophe Fatty, Fatty, and Fatty Arbuckle in that book right there.
Great book, by the way.
He talks about how when they were traveling, touring, and on a train, they stopped because there was a fucking bandito outside, and he told a great story about meeting Pancho Villa, whether it's false or fiction. It's still a great story. He said that they stopped the train, and there was a bunch of bandits outside, right?
Yeah.
And they offered them pies, a bunch of pies, and they said that Pancho Villa, he threw the pie in the air, bro, and then just started shooting that motherfucker all the way down, like.
dead on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then threw another pipe tin. That fool shot it. Pa. Another pipe tin. Pa. And he shot
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
it. And then I goes, Fatty Barcos, Arbuckle saying, that guy's amazing. He goes, who is that guy? Oh my God. We're looking to be alive. That's the famous outlaw from Mexico. He's wanted for bank robbery in 2 countries. His name is Pancho Villa. Then Fatty Arbuckle says, Pancho Villa. Well, if he ever leaves the life of crime, he has a good job in show business.
Did you know that he was in show business?
He was in show business.
He was in show business.
Yeah.
He was in a movie. And then there's a movie based on making that movie.
Antonio Banderas, right?
Yeah, yeah. I just watched it this week. I wasn't aware of this. I wasn't, because like I think with a lot of things, like when we did like Black Panthers, we did the Patty Hearst, you have a broad understanding of what happened and when it went down. And then, getting to do this podcast, I get to read about it. So same with Pancho Villa, it was like he was a Mexican folkloric hero. He was a hero of the revolution, and then there were also like tales about what a terrible person he was and all the bad things he did. And then also
that was before he had a publicist.
Right. That was way before he had a publicist. But did you also hear the rumors where he had like, someone owns the head of his is missing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when he was dead, this was another rumor that I always heard, and it's true. That when he died, they dug up his body, decapitated him, and his head is missing. And someone owns his head somewhere, which is true. Someone possibly does own his head, but someone did dig him up and take his head, and no one knows where it's at. But we're not talking about dead Pancho Villa. Let's talk about Pancho Villa.
What was the original name, his born name?
I love that you're asking that. Jose Doroteo Arango Arambia.
Sounds Spanish.
Right? Is that what it says up there?
His real name?
Yeah, Pancho Villa's real name?
Yeah.
Pancho Villa's name is Jose Doroteo Arango Arambula.
Arango Arambula.
1878 to 1923. This
Yeah.
fool seen some shit.
He's seen some shit. Yeah, he was born to a mom who was a maid and a dad who was a sharecropper. So here's the thing with this, you guys, and I'm definitely want to let everybody know before you start typing in your little comments below. Everybody has a version of Pancho Villa and what he was, because a lot of his records and things that happened with Pancho Villa no longer exist, including the movie he was in. There's no existence of the movie. We just know that he actually did it, but the movie itself has gone missing. So there's a lot of recorded history. So there's some things that are hearsay. Like some people think that his dad was the haciendado that ran the property that he was born on. Some say that his dad was a sharecropper. Nonetheless, his dad died. He was left to help take care of his family. He got in a shootout and had to leave at a very young age. At like 10, 11 years old, he had to leave town. At around 13 or 14, 15, somewhere around there, he hears a rumor that his sister was raped by the lord of the haciendado that ran the property that he lived on. He comes back and he venges his sister, and he kills the lord of that manor. That's also in what do you call it? That's also not sure. We're not sure if it was a land guy, or some say it was a military leader that he was working under, but he becomes a wanted man. He starts to go become a bandit. He becomes a very effective bandit. He becomes a great gunslinger, like Felipe was talking about. And then that's kind of when the legend of him starts.
I remember, I don't know if it was Billy the Kid, or it was a Pancho Villa reference in a television show, and somebody was doing a book report about one of them.
Right.
And he wrote this big whatever, and then the episode ended with, they had one of the victims show up to the show. He slaughtered my family. Put that in your book report.
Put that in your little book.
But I think that was like trying to let the viewer know that not to like him as much, or
Right.
not to like Billy the Kid as much.
Right. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, man.
But they went pretty far for a book report for that television show to actually have a victim there.
To actually have the victim there and like confront you. I remember
Pancho Villa raped my daughter.
The homie had you remember when Paul Rodriguez did the show at Folsom?
Yeah.
And then
that person there having fun laughing.
My friend Chris Doran, well, you know Chris Doran, he told me because he was cool with Paul, and Paul had told him like he felt bad after because some of the moms wrote in and were like, "You're entertaining the people that murdered my son." You know, and the thing is, bro, it's like one, it's like I don't think you know that you're doing that. Also, two, it's like, you know, what we're talking about here is folklore heroes, especially in particular with Pancho Villa. Mexico was and still is a fucking violent place, but for whatever violence it is now, it was insanely. When I talk about violence, like there's a scene, I looked up a lot of the truths about that movie, Pancho Villa as himself. There's a scene where they're all watching from across the border, this war happening, like as if they were at a theater or something. And it was like, yeah, it was so violent. People were actually like that, you know, doing that. And so like
they built the border in Juarez because of that war.
Right. Yes. Totally. So you got to think.
The motherfuckers coming in and out buying bullets.
Bro, it's because like it was so violent that America had to have like guards. Like that's how the border was built. Was like we had to like build a border along the. It wasn't to keep Mexicans out.
Keep that fight over there.
It was to keep that fighting over there because it was like.
It would have spilled into America, that fight, huh?
Yeah, because the Mexican Revolution was heinous. So we can start.
There was two revolutions, by the way. There's the one where
right.
Porfirio Diaz and everybody that's famous led the fight against Spain.
Right.
But then Porfirio Diaz implanted himself as president and then became the fucking emperor for like 30 fucking years.
35 years.
And then finally Pancho Villa, it took 30 years for Pancho Villa or someone like Hidalgo and those other fools, Obregón, to rise up against him, huh?
To rise up against, yeah.
Because he had backing from the United States, huh?
Porfirio Diaz had, and that's the thing too, is the United States was super powerful. And all the United States wanted was a chill neighbor. They didn't give a fuck how you got.
They don't want Mexico to be part of America.
Porfirio Diaz also...
He was a bad dude, Rob.
He was a bad dude. During this time that he was in rule, it was called the Porfiriato. I
didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was called the Porfiriato. And so during the Porfiriato, it looked as if Mexico... See, he did a good job of making Mexico look prosperous. Because Mexico had a railroad. Mexico had infrastructure. It had things like America. It started to look like...
Theater.
What?
They had theater?
Yeah, theater. It started to look like the United States. When you look at the United States and how successful it was in the early 19th century, 20th century, the early 20th century, you got to think about why it was that prosperous. And it was because of slavery, right?
And gold, too.
And gold. We had two combos, exactly. We had slavery and gold. We had free workers.
Not here, bro. When nobody back then was making content for clothing but the United States.
Right. So Mexico had the same thing. Mexico actually had the second largest deposit of gold in the world.
And cotton fields.
You know, and this is the thing is that if we hadn't taken the gold out of Mexico, which we did as the United States, Mexico would be contending as a world power. That's a fact. So they had gold and they didn't have slavery per se, but they had sharecroppers, which was like slavery. It was like early versions of what we did with migrants here. It was like, you come here, you work my property, you buy out of my store with the money that I pay you that is only used for living here. And so Mexico, so the Porfiriato did really well on the backs of workers. And this is why I think Mexicans are so proud of being a working class people. I think this is why Mexicans really are really proud of who they are, because, you know, they know like we sit here in this country, and part of the problem is I think with white people is that nobody built this country except for black people, you know? And so there's a bit of like a shame for Americans. Like, I feel like, oh, well, we didn't really build this place. But in Mexico, they really the people built that country. And at that time, they were contending with the United States. Like they started to like see neck and neck, but it was a facade because the Porfiriato was just using people. And that's right. That's when fucking Villa comes along. You have Villa, and then you have another player, which we'll talk about later on another episode, Zapata, that are starting uprisings. And they're two different uprisings.
They're all different. They're all different areas of Mexico. Just the way American Revolution had different pockets of revolutionary people.
Dude, it is so.
'Cause I remember the United States. They had the boys of the Liberty first. Then you had the fucking Calgary, and then you had the dudes in the South.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is we're gonna find out here. You have the Villistas, the Zapatistas, but you also have the Constitutionalists.
Isn't there a guy named Huerta too?
The Huertistas, and then you have the Constitutionalistas,
Sounds like cartels.
the Huertistas, and then you have the Conventionalistas, or the Conventionalists, right? And
Those are the ones that are actually getting backup money from somebody, huh?
well, that later on will become the really quick unification and division of Zapata and Villa, are the what did I just say? Not the constitutionalists, but the conventionalists. So what you have is you have Villa, who is a straight up bandit. Killed his landowner, killed his captain in the military. That's right. He gets arrested. He goes for a short stint in the military, learns how to shoot, learns how to understand how military works. But he gets really sick of that life, heads back to his banditry, and starts hanging out with the bandits. But by now, he's a fucking huge leader and this is all takes place, bro. You're gonna love this. Do you remember when we read that book about the cartels? I don't know if we ever did an episode on it, but we read a book about the first cartels.
Yeah.
Over in Ojinaga.
Yeah.
And it was the guy, and it was in the Sierra Madres, and like they talk about how the Indians like had to like. So there's another book that I read.
That's the one. That's the one that were they were smuggling gomita.
Yes.
That shit to make toothpaste.
Yes.
That right before Coke.
Yes.
That fool became a big time.
Yes.
He was like the cartel of that shit.
Yeah.
And to make glue, to make all kind of stuff that was America didn't have that.
So the reason why that started there, why cartels started there, is because of Sierra Madres, right? So the Sierra Madres
poppy seeds and shit
drops down into Ojinaga, and Ojinaga opens up into Texas. And you have the Sierra Madres, which is like really hardcore territory. It's part of the reason why, like even to this day, cartels can't really fuck with that area because it's run by like these. I mean, back in the day, it used to be the Comanches and the Apaches that were up there, and bandits, and then like you have Tarahumara Indians, Yaqui Indians that also run it. And there's a book called God's Middle Finger that I read about this reporter who goes to like, dude, he embeds himself with the new Zapatistans rebels. Yeah. He goes to Afghanistan. He goes to all these different, like he's a reporter who God's Middle Finger. What's the name of the Richard Grant? So Richard Grant is known for like embedding himself in some serious, dangerous fucking conflicts. And so he decides to do report on what's going on in the Sierra Madre Mountains and the cartels up there and stuff. And he comes back and he says, in this book, it was crazy, bro. He says like it was the most regrettable thing he'd ever done in his life. It was the scariest place he'd ever been in his entire life, is Sierra Madres. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because that's where Pancho Villa started his band of men and where he first started. So Pancho Villa, like his home is in the Chihuahua Mountains, is in that area. Like, so he becomes this kind of huge bandit. And at the same time, there's opposition to Porfirio Diaz, right? And in the name of Francisco Madero. And
there's no middle class during Porfirio Diaz.
Fuck no, bro. Fuck no. No, you have guys that are rich that feel bad for poor people, and that's your liberals.
You could just pick out the people by huarachis and shoes, huh?
This is a very angry time. Yeah, because you have haciendados that run everything, bro. And
Back then, bro, when they were called Mexican, and this is a derogatory term still to this day. But if you call a Mexican guy an Indio, there's gonna be fights, bro.
They're gonna be fights, bro.
And I laugh every time.
I know that because I have a cousin.
And I laugh every time I see it in Up in Smoke, but everybody misses it. When Chicha's driving, hey, move it, fucking Indio, eh?
Yeah. Yes, dude. Yeah.
But back then, that's what it is. It was hardcore then, huh?
Yeah. Fuck yeah,
Like,
bro.
Bad, huh? There's a lot of robberies too, huh?
Bro, if there's any country that teaches you that brown skin is bad outside of, and I feel like it's worse than America because even now when you go to Mexico, bro, you get treated like shit if you're dark. So
There's levels of darkness over there.
So these people aren't doing well underneath this guy, and there's a guy that
someone as dark as Pancho Villa, sorry to interrupt, will not be allowed even close to a dinner table with Porfirio Diaz people.
Fuck no.
That looking the way he looks.
Yeah, because you have a leftover group of Spaniards that are mad that Mexicans are in charge now.
Shitload, right?
Shitload of, because like it's all the money, bro. All the money in military are all Spaniards still. Haciendados are, and when I say haciendados, I'm not talking like, oh, my little farm in fucking Fresno Valley has a few acres and some horses. Fuck no, bro. I'm talking like you have fucking 20,000 acres. You have fucking 500 horses. You have fucking 1,000 cattle. You're trading. You have people that work for you. They work your fields. They work your farms. Like it's a whole operation.
So these people that were like the peasants, like Pancho Villas, they were working someone else's farm and paying rent to the farm and sharing the crop with the owner then.
Right, yeah.
So till one day, I guess the owner decided to kick everybody out, huh?
It's a slave ring.
So then when he could kick everybody out the way the Irish were kicked out of their land. In
absolutely.
That's fucked up.
So you start to have people that are mad, bro. People, so like Porfirio, so this guy, Francisco...
Hidalgo?
No, Madero. He's opposition, right? So he hears about Pancho Villa, and he's got a great idea where he's like, let's take these fucking bandits and turn them into rebels. At the same time, though, Pancho Villa is very generous. Like he'll go rob a bank in a town, and then he'll give the town half the money so they don't rat him out. And so like he's very generous in that way. Like So Madero sends a guy over to talk to Pancho Villa named Abraham
Lincoln.
Abraham Gonzalez. And Abraham Gonzalez is a key figure here. I feel like Abraham Gonzalez is one of the most unsung heroes of the Mexican Revolution because he recruited Villa, he recruited Zapata, he recruited the Constitutionalists, which is gonna be motherfucker. What's the name of that guy? Venustiano Carranza.
He's huge, that guy.
So Venustiano Carranza is also recruited by this guy named Abraham Gonzalez. And so these are the three prongs of the revolution here. This is going to be the setup to the Mexican Revolution. The problem with Venustiano Carranza is that he is a politician. He did no fighting. His group didn't really have a lot of battle hardening during the beginning of the revolution. But anyway.
He's Paul Castellano.
So nonetheless, Madero brings these guys all in together to help him win this revolution. At the same time, as Mexico is rallying for Madero, Diaz has Madero arrested. And during Madero's time in jail, Diaz has an election. And he's like, let's decide one for all. Who wants him to be president? This guy that's locked up or me? And again, you got to remember, media and everything. But, bro, there's so much against Diaz. Like, even the media hates him. Nobody wants him to be in charge except for the military and rich people.
During this time,
yeah,
there's a socialist party building in Mexico too, huh?
Fuck yeah. Big socialist
Big movement. Time, huh?
Big time socialist
because they're totally against fucking imperialism. Huh?
All of this.
They don't want no imperialism. None of that. Huh?
So that's the Zapatistans. And that's the thing, man, is that's where the breakup happens. Because Villa is more like...
people.
Villa, before he became a a rebellious leader, he was a bandit. So as much as he wanted freedom for his people, he also wanted money. He was in it for the gold. He was in it for the status. You know, where Zapata was an agrarian leader. He was like for the farmers. He was a farmer himself. And so like you have two different leagues here. You have Villa, who is like, look, I want land because the problem is that land is owned by all the haciendados. So both Villa and Zapata and who did I just say? Carranza want land redistribution. So let me just say that right off the bat. Like they want land to go back to the poor people, but they all have a different idea of how much poor people should own land. So Madero gets Diaz starts to have him locked up. A rebellion starts. Right away, Madero's like, fuck that. We're starting a rebellion. And fucking the first person to strike and go crazy is Villa. Villa comes into fucking Chihuahua and he starts blasting fools, bro. Like he takes a fucking, right away, his first thing he does with 300 guys. And this is where he's amazing, bro. And this is where I go, look, you gotta understand this is a hard.
He has 300
place.
soldiers?
He has 300.
Fuck.
But by the time this is over with, by the time this battle, he makes his way through, and this happens twice, where he goes through town, and he goes from 300 to 1,500 soldiers. So by the time this train pulls into Chihuahua, Mexico, full of army, full of federales, Villa has 1,500 guys waiting for them. And on June 21st of 1910, the election was held. Diaz won by a large margin, and this sparked the anger. Okay. The plan of San Luis called for armed resistance. So this is when Madero writes the plan of resistance, or the plan of San Luis, and it's for armed rebels to take towns. And right away, Villa takes fucking Chihuahua, Mexico, the state of Chihuahua. This is how I like this motherfucker too, bro. And this is, some people compare him to Washington. And I would compare him to Washington. Some people are saying he was like back then he was like the George Washington of
Mexican Revolution.
Mexico. Because he makes Chihuahua. He takes the state of Chihuahua pretty easily, dude. And then he implements right away, like,
start printing money, huh?
He starts printing his own money. He makes me.
I heard that the money that they were printing for that money,
right?
I read somewhere that they were printing that money in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah, because he had connections in the United States.
So they were printing that money, and they were called Villalaro, I don't know what they're called.
I don't remember the name.
But that's like hardcore right there. That's when you know, like, this is gonna be hell to pay, man.
Well, he succeeds his.
There it is, right there. Look, where do you see? Look at that shit, bro. 25 centavos.
Tesorería General del Estado.
So, that should be IOUs.
So he did that, and what he did, bro, was like he broke up the land right away. He redistributed it. He made meat and groceries super cheap in Chihuahua. And then as people were like, fuck yeah, viva Villa, viva Villa, he takes his governorship and he hands it over to another guy. And it's because the whole time, and even when he was considered for president, the whole time he was like, I'm not educated. You know, and even in
humble guy.
This situation, he doesn't know how to read yet. He learns how to read later on, but he's a humble dude. He's like, hey, I'm not fucking trying to be the president. I'm a fucking fighter. I'm a bandit. That's what I do.
Soy bandido.
And so he does
profesional.
that. And then Madero is in charge for a minute, right? But not for long, dude. This is the Mexican Revolution. It's not. With the problem that Madero fucked up with, in my mind, is that when he took over the government, he didn't want to piss off all the people that had money and power. And so he said, we're not going to get rid of any of Diaz's people. We're going to keep all of Diaz's people in place, including his military. Big mistake. Because there's one guy hiding in the military that fucking loved Diaz and hates fucking Madero more than anybody.
Who's this guy?
And that's Victoriano Huerta. And so
he likes Diaz? Porfirio?
Yeah, he was a big Diaz guy. And part of the problem, too, was that the reason why Oh, so let me just finish this part. So Diaz is probably the only person in this story that doesn't die violently. Diaz retires. He decides to retire because he's 80 and he's got advisors that are like, look, bro,
you ruled for 30 years, homie.
You ruled for 30 years, and if you get taken out by Villa or Zapata, we're gonna have a bunch of farmers in charge of this fucking country. So if we hand it over to Madero, at least, even though he sympathizes with the farmers and the rebels, he is of Spaniard descent. He's got money. He knows how to handle things. So they put Madero in place. But what Madero tries to do is he tries to take away the power of the military and give it back to the people, give it back to the leaders. And so Huerta is like, fuck that. I want Diaz back. I'm going to fucking... so he does kind of an underground thing. And there's also like rebels now on the other side. So as Madero takes place, there's Diaz people who are still in place and they are in the military. They try to take the fucking capital. They try to take the palace in Mexico. And they actually fail. But Maderos doesn't know this. Huerta goes to him and says, look, bro, they're right outside. Huerta's already fucking driven them off. But he tells Maderos, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I just remember who you're talking about.
I know all the names.
Because I remember I remember now that the guy that you're talking about, the guy with the gomita, he was the guy that used to work for as a like almost like a military police for Pancho Villa.
Yes.
Then he became a big time drug dealer.
Bro, that's the other thing is all these guys they switch places with each other too. Like at one point they're best friends, and then at another point they're against each other.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing is like, so Huerta tells Maderos, stay inside. We're going to try to fight these guys off. And then he comes back and he's like, look, we can't fight. Meanwhile, there's no guys out there. But he's like, look, man, you got to surrender. And in fact, I'll help you get you out of the country and we'll get you out of here, bro. But these guys are going to take over.
Do you think that, because America in the beginning, in its founding, during the American Revolution, they had to make deals with black market people to get stuff because they had to. They wouldn't be able to survive. The black market, you couldn't fuck with it during the Revolution.
No,
and I'm pretty sure that was the case for Mexico too.
Right? Yeah.
Like any money that was coming in illegally for contraband, gomita,
right.
Poppy fields, poppy fucking heroin.
Right.
During this time, they probably let it all slide because they needed the money and they needed the soldiers. So that's why probably it's still there now, huh?
Right. Yes. Yeah. Because that's the thing is that the culture's built around it. You know, we talked about, like, you think about Los Angeles, and when we talked about the water wars of Los Angeles, how we stole water, like this. So there's so many scams in LA, and I know this when I first started moving here. It was scam after scam. I got caught up in, and I never get caught up in scams. And people would say, "Watch out for the scams," and the scams in LA is kind of part of the culture here in my mind because the city was a scam. You know, like we there would
make believe, bro. We shouldn't even be here.
We shouldn't even be here. You know, but we scammed the whole fucking northern part of the state out of its water. So that's how this state exists. So in a way, you know, that's why you're never going to not have corruption in LA because it's part of the culture here. So, and it's the same with the United States. It's like, why are we so violent? Because our culture came through, like, this country came from violence. So it's the same thing in Mexico, bro. It's like whatever the culture was when it first started out, that's why the black market strives out there because, it's
a big black market during Pancho Villa days, huh?
Oh, bro. Well, so there was an embargo that the United States couldn't sell
bullets,
arms and bullets to neighbors, but they were sneaking arms and bullets to Villa because he was part of the resistance, you know, in the United States.
And he was robbing armories too, right?
Right, yeah. Dude, at the same time, the United States is playing games too because they were for Diaz. Then after Diaz, they were for Madero. Then after Madero, they wanted to get rid of Villa. And then, so the United States is also playing games here too.
Because also if Diaz says, okay, man, you can drill, just for an example, you can drill in Chihuahua.
Right.
But then the other faction is saying, nah, man, we're gonna let the motherfuckers drill. We're gonna let the British. They're gonna give us more money, so they have to side with the
So you got
big business.
right, and so your neighbor's gonna dump more money into other things.
So Pancho Villa, they needed his 300 men, huh?
Yeah, but now it's 1,500, and then it goes from 1,500.
Where does Villa get all these weapons from?
The United States.
They gave it to him, huh?
Yeah, the United States is giving him money and weapons because
he's known already. He's already in the history books as far as like
he's already making front news, and he knows this because at some point he reaches out to I want to say United Cinema, but it's not United Cinema. It's Mutual Films. So he reaches out to Mutual Films, who we've done this. We've talked about them before when we talked about Griffin.
Yeah.
Because Griffin worked for Mutual Films. He actually reaches out to Griffin himself, but Griffin turns him down, and another guy named
So Pancho Villa, he's like a modern day guy, the 19th century. Then
I'll tell you, dude.
Like there was cars moving around while he was out there on a horse killing people, huh?
We had modern day shit going on here, and right across the border you have a guy on a horse with guns.
So the Wild West was still wild, huh?
He's so smart though, bro. You know who you think about the New Zapatistan rebels that
in Mexico?
Yeah. That was led by Subcomandante Marcos.
So Comandante Marcos, bro, with the red bandana. Look him up.
Please look him up. This is one of my heroes in fucking
Comandante Marcos, bro. Is that true that they found him?
Dead?
They never found him, huh?
They've never found him. But we know who he is. I mean, he's educated in the United States. He's, and the thing about this, because he won. This is the thing, is that he's not as big of a legend anymore because they got what they wanted. The Zapatistans really started to get what they wanted. I think they're still out there, but he was smart because he was using the media. He used the media 100%. Like he had documentaries made about them. He got into the media here in the United States, which led to he had
a lot of support from American people, huh?
Lots of support, and Rage Against the Machine gave him a ton of money. But anyway, the reason why I bring him up is because this is what Villa did. He reached out to Griffin and said, I want you to make a movie about me, and I want 20% of the I want $20,000 and I want 20% of the revenue. And that was a lot of money back then. And Griffin turned him down, but this guy Frank Thayer picked it up and said, I'll do it. And Frank Thayer made a movie with Villa. And Villa
we
was
have
really,
clips?
Huh? No, the movies. So the movie did really terrible. And back then.
Find it on YouTube, maybe?
So you cannot. And the reason why is because. So when we make a movie now.
I think right now, bro, I think Pancho Villa, he would have been mad that a Spaniard portrayed him.
Right. Well, he was supposed to be in the movie. Oh, you mean now?
Yeah, Antonio Banderas. In the
movie with Tony Banderas? Because there's a movie called Pancho Villa as himself.
I'm pretty sure he would have been happier if Luis Guzman would have played him.
I thought about that, bro. I was like, did you say Luis Guzman? Fucking like, you mean Pachanga from Carlitos Way?
Yeah.
Dude, so...
he would have wanted a Mexican to portray him, right? Honestly.
So I thought about that, and I was like, dude... because I was like, it's funny that Antonio Banderas is playing him, and I don't know how accurate it is as far as him playing him. The things that happened in the movie were very accurate. I looked that up. But that was the thing, is that, so now if you make a bad movie, it gets preserved. It doesn't matter. It's on tape. You can hold the VHS forever. But back then, and even to this day, if you want to preserve a movie that was really that we like, that was made during those times, like all the silent films, we have to preserve them in a substance. They can't just be like left on a shelf and then we pick it up and put it in the thing. It back then, film dissolved. So if it wasn't maintained well, and this film didn't do well, it didn't do well because this is where the break happens. This is a perfect time for this pivotal point here, is that because Villa, so at some point Villa is getting what he wants. The revolution's moving along. Maderos gets killed by Huerta. Huerta is in charge. And then Huerta goes at it with Carranza, and we're gonna do a separate episode on the revolution. So don't worry, I'm not trying to speed through everything here. But so Carranza's in charge now, and part of the problem is that Carranza is giving the people what they want, and so there's no need for fucking Villistas or Zapatistas anymore. So Zapata's still going wild, but he's only going for so long. Something happens to him, but Villa is like still adamant. Villa's still trying to fight this war, and so Carranza goes after Villa, and Villa and Carranza start fighting. Well, the United States just wants everybody to get along, so the United States allows Carranza to use their trains to transport his men to go fight Villa, and fucking Villa gets upset and he starts invading. He starts holding up trains, which is where we talked about Fatty Arbuckle, and he starts invading towns and jacking towns.
America too?
In America. And there's one in particular, Columbus, New Mexico, where he invades. He kills, I think it's 17 people, some soldiers and some regular folks. But he's raiding. And then the other thing is he's no longer raiding rich people, haciendados in Mexico. He's going after poor people because he's desperate. He's going after it. Now so bro, you when we were talking about a force of 300, he gets up to a point of where he has 50,000 soldiers.
50,000.
Right. And then he gets back down to like 300 again, because he loses. Part of the reason why the movie did poorly is because he's desperate and he's no longer a hero in America because he's killing Americans. And this causes an invasion into Mexico that doesn't work out. This is the first time that we send air patrols into Mexico. This is the first time that an air to land assault happens because we're fighting, we're helping to fight via. So again, the United States, Mexico.
He's pretty much like El Chapo right now, huh?
Bro, he's like Chapo and they want peace. But instead of locking him up because you can't lock this guy up because he creates. Because that's the thing, bro, I compare him more to Napoleon.
Yeah.
Because there's a part where, he gets.
He could always come back with fucking 30 men, huh?
Bro, there's a part where he gets exiled right before Madero gets killed. When Madero gets killed, he comes back because he goes to jail. Huerta has him locked up while Madero's still in charge. He goes to jail, learns English, escapes from jail, lives in El Paso. Madero gets killed. He starts out with 100 men in Chihuahua. By the time he gets to Zacatecas, he's got like 20,000 guys under him. Like he's just like a phenomenal leader. So that's the thing, man, is that he kind of gets like to the point of where he's desperate, but he still can muster men to work for him. And then by now, Huerta is killed. Huerta is assassinated as well. And his general who helped fight Villa, Obregón, is in charge. And Obregón doesn't want no problems because he knows he's been fighting Villa the whole time. Yeah. And he's like, I don't want no more problems with you, bro. What's going to take for you to leave everybody alone? And Villa gets 25,000 acres of land, a group of like 50 men to guard him, and Obregón says, "Go away, don't fight anymore, and you can have this property, and then we'll pay guards to guard you." So he's got a group of 50 men that guard him. He's got 20,000 acres, and he goes away for a long time. And then he actually would have retired and died an old man.
But he wanted to start up again, huh?
He wanted to start up again. And Obregón was like, fuck that. Because he's just giving interviews. Like, I'm thinking about coming back. And Obregón goes,
he's like an icon right now, huh?
Yeah, he's an icon. And so he never leaves his property, so he's usually safe. But he goes to baptize a baby, and then collect money for his men. And on the way back,
he was still probably taxing people, huh? Even though at this time, getting paid by people.
No, I think he was taxing the government.
Was
basically, the government was like, "We'll pay you to leave everybody alone," and they were. And then he started wanting to come back and get in the government. So then they believe that
he wanted to run, huh?
He wanted to run, and Obregón had him shot down. He gave one interview where he talked about running. 10 days later, I mean, Obregon didn't say he did it, but who else is gonna kill this fucking guy at this point? So yeah, fucking Pancho Villa is in the street. This is gangster style. They said the assassin sent an old man to like go wash his windows and go Villa, and then that's the cue for all these assassins to come up from above buildings and just shoot right down into his car. He didn't even have a chance. He got 9 bullets pulled out of his body, out of his dead
Any
body.
revenge?
Huh? Any revenge? No, because that was the other thing is like the Mexican government was really smart in that they didn't have a funeral for him. They didn't give him a chance to be martyred. They were like, oh yeah, he got killed yesterday. He's already buried. Sorry guys. And he was buried in an unknown grave for a long time. It was dug up because when they dug him up, because they decided, I don't know, 20, 30 years later to put him in the cemetery mausoleum with all the other heroes of the revolution. So when they dug him up out of his unknown grave, they found that a finger had been chopped off and his head had been chopped off, and someone stabbed his body and broke his bones. And so that was the end of it. That's the end of it. That's Pancho Villa right there.
Because the American Revolution had too many thugs, huh? The Mexican Revolution.
Too many thugs, bro. All of them are thugs, bro.
They were all leaders of a campesino, huh?
Yeah.
They were like, just say like, if I was a guy in Mexico at this time who was probably a landowner, and I could trace my family 5 generations, and maybe by the time I get to the 3rd one, there's a Spaniard.
Right.
But it's long gone now.
Long gone.
But I'm being taxed now for this land, but whatever, right?
Right.
And they're mad because I'm pretty sure when Porfirio Diaz took over Mexico, just like the United States, like a lot when the United States, we read about this, we talked about it. When the United States won the American Revolution, we didn't kill everybody.
No.
We didn't kill the British that were still here.
Right.
Because that would have been a bad idea.
Yeah.
So we left
That's genocide.
we left the smart ones.
Right.
Like, okay, we know that this guy was for the British, but I need him
right
to run this bank.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure Porfirio Diaz left a shitload of Spaniards, huh?
A ton.
That's why they were so mad.
That's why there was so much
They were still in charge without being in charge.
Right. The revolution lasted almost 2 decades, and some will even say 3 decades, because there was so much because that's the other thing, bro, is you have a group of people who have all the fucking money in the country, and you have a group of people that don't. And this is one of the first instances in the world where you have actual rebellious leaders take over and give back to the people.
Were these battles ever fought in Mexico City? They kept them out, huh?
They were all in the outskirts of Mexico City. There was one that happened in Mexico City.
They were protected, huh?
But Mexico City stayed protected during that second revolution. During the first Mexican Revolution, though, Mexico City got fucking beat the fuck up, bro.
I remember reading about how bad it was that they actually started off in America with putting troops first at the border.
Yeah.
The way Donald Trump put them now. But just, that's what I said. They said they haven't sent troops to the border since Pancho Villa.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
They were patrolling.
That was the first time that they had done that.
Yeah.
Since 1820.
People, at this time, we talked about the Wild Wild West. A lot of outlaws who go to Mexico too.
Right.
Who would have known? They probably joined.
Well, this is Mexico's problem with the United States is that it's because for whatever you think of what Mexico is now, it's a third world country. It's right on the border. It's poor. It wasn't always like that. It was a prosperous country, and it was doing well, and it didn't have the problems that it had. And the only problems that it was having was that the United States was having its shitty, real rapists, real fucking murderers going into its territories and fucking people up. I mean, that's how Texas was taken. Texas was a bunch of white people who were like, we want to be part of you, Mexico. Mexico was like, we love that.
But we also want to own slaves.
And then all of a sudden, but you can't own slaves.
Oh.
Well, we're going to do it anyway. And then all of a sudden it was like, guess what, Mexico? This is our property. This no longer belongs to you. And so that happens a lot. And that's the thing is Mexico's doing fine. They don't need all this shit happening. But then revolution comes along, and again, it's a matter of too many people in power with lots of money, and then all the workers that you need to work for you have no money, and then you have a huge fight over money. It's fight over money. It's fight over money, gold, businesses. The United States is playing its fucking share in this because they have interest in property and oil. They have interest in gold. There's a great book called Reign of Gold, or La Lluvia del Oro, and it's by a guy named Victor Villaseñor. It's a fictional book, but and it's about this. It's not a fictional book. It's about this guy's parents and how they meet.
Reign of Gold.
And I think it's his mom's part of the family lives in a village that has abundance of gold. And it gets basically all the gold gets drawn out by the United States, and the town is left to just be poor and fucked up. And then the revolution comes. That's the first revolution. And so all these people leave and head to the United States, which is this guy's family. But yeah, that's kind of what that's about. It's about that period of time where the United States is just raping Mexico for gold. Did I just say that? I meant SAing Mexico
and silver.
For its gold. And silver. So I don't know. My mom used to teach, and one of the classes she taught was about how much gold was supposed to be. If Mexico had retained its gold and silver, where it would be in modern day times, and it would be a superpower with the amount of money that it had.
History for Fool. You have shows coming up?
I'm gonna be with you, man. Virginia Beach.
Can't wait, man.
And then we got Syracuse, dude. Can't wait.
I'm bringing my Switch.
I'm bringing mine too, and I got bowling. Oh, by the way, big shout outs, Dean Iniu, thank you. Ray's Barbecue, thank you. Also, Quiet Kings, fucking, I love you guys, man. Thank you for everything, dude. And we got a show coming up with the Quiet Kings soon that I'm going to be working on in San Diego, so I'll be talking about that soon.
I was dying, bro. I did George Perez show.
Yeah.
And I think Funky Friday is called? Funkin' Fridays, right? And he has like a marquee right above it.
Yeah.
That's light up. Funkin' comedy.
Yeah.
Right? So I was doing this joke, right? And then some lady yells during my show because I said, I got the year wrong. I said 2025. It's 2026. And I said from the stage, I wrote that joke in 2025, bitch. You think I'm gonna change it for you? He goes, you think I care? And I started shaking the marquee. You think this is real? George takes it home. He has to shit on top of his bedroom. For bitch, you could think they're famous. Everybody dying, bro.
That's great.
History for Fools. A lot of people didn't watch the halftime show because they went to go watch the alternative halftime show.
The Kid Rock? I felt like, dude, that was.
They were wearing dad shorts, bro. They were tight.
Bro, he looked like they.
Bro, I wouldn't saw a guy.
They woke him up to go do the fucking show.
I know, man. He was wearing dad shorts, bro. They were short. Like, it's the kind of shorts you wear when you're gonna just buy a joint from somebody.
Why was he the headliner of that?
I don't know, man.
Bro, he's an old dude. Like, that's the thing is, like, honestly, bro, I don't know. I can't give you a name of a song that Bad Bunny sings because I'm an old man. But because I'm an old man, I could tell you what Kid Rock sings.
But I'm not gonna pay money to see Kid Rock ever.
I'm not gonna ever pay money.
Pretty much a little person.
I'm just saying that, like you have someone who's the reason why they chose Bad Bunny isn't because he speaks Spanish, you dumb fucks. It's because he's the hottest artist in the world right now. Like, why? So he's like,
and then also, man, like people think that people want to get racist and they want to say, I want this, I want this. You could have all that, but the way businesses run, it's gonna tell you straight up you're not gonna have that.
Right.
Because NFL is a business entity. Right now, NFL is trying so hard to push American style football all over the world,
Right.
and people keep kicking that football back and saying, "Fuck you, we want soccer."
Right. Because soccer's
The whole world plays football, soccer.
Right.
But NFL is trying so hard. Like they have opening games in Mexico now. They have opening games in London.
Right.
They have opening games in Germany. They have opening games in France. Why do you think they want to do that? Because they want the NFL all over the world. They don't just want it here. So next year, there might be a guy from fucking Germany singing in German. Bring back Hasselhoff. I don't know.
You know what?
But also, he has 135.1 million subscribers on Spotify.
Who? David Hasselhoff?
No, fucking Bad Bunny.
Oh, Bad Bunny, yeah.
And I have 4,000, but that's not the case. Kid Rock has 5.6.
So
what I'm saying is, people, if you like me, go subscribe for me on Spotify. And go subscribe on
please.
On YouTube. We have 248,000. We can't have a podcast full of cholos beating us.
Right. Yeah.
I opened up like that, bro. I opened up that at George Perez show. I said, 30 years ago, you never thought that the guy that was robbing you on every corner, the guy that was writing on walls, painting on walls, going to prison, taxing people, will change his life and be a podcaster.
Right, yeah.
And like, did you find Jesus in prison? No, I found podcasting. I was gonna sodomize that guy, but I need an engineer.
What fixed you, Jesus? No.
Podcasting. I heard you're a big rata on the main yard. No, bro, I'm a big rata on podcasting. Just thought that was one of the bits I said.
That's good. That's good.
So yeah, man, like I don't care about the other channel, you know, because it's not on regular TV.
Right. Yeah, that's the other thing too.
And then like there was like technical sounds, you know, like they didn't hire Xavier to work their sound, so
that's the part of the problem.
It was cutting off over there for his mic.
My thing is this, bro.
If you're known for one song, you should have that song memorized.
For real, he was lip syncing it. Dude.
Why you lip sync a song you already know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I kind of was like, how?
If you're 57, 60, don't say the words, I have haters. Your haters are dead.
Yeah, that.
Your haters wouldn't buy a laptop unless it was attached to a piece of wood in the back. I saw the whole thing, bro. I saw the whole thing.
Well, you're the only one.
And I didn't know what he was saying.
Everybody else was
I was watching Bad Bunny, though.
Oh, that's, yeah.
I finally realized what he said, bro. The song he sings, Bad Bunny sing, it's about a song about a guy who lost his woman. And he keeps saying over and over in the hook, I would have known that you'd have been gone, I would have taken more photos of you and I would have taken more kisses of you. Which is saying, más fotos, you know.
You're right.
Because I only heard photos. Because his accent is a Puerto Rican accent.
Right.
And for a Mexican like me, man, like that's fast. Like, I see if it's fast for me, how fast do you think it is for white people?
Or people like me, I can't even understand my own version of Spanish.
Like, or Cuban Spanish, bro.
Right.
So it's faster than Puerto Rican Spanish.
So fast.
And I just asked you, where the hell you been?
Right.
Asshole. But Bad Bunny said, their language very like a rhythm, like Italian.
Right. Yeah.
Mamma mia.
Right.
Me la pelas.
Yes.
I saw the whole show, bro. And he brought in a lot of stuff that you would have never noticed, bro. Like, there was a taco man in there that's famous from LA Taco Man.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then, like, there was a scene there was
I
a
know.
woman they brought in making drinks, and that woman owns the oldest Puerto Rican nightclub in New York, and that's gonna help. And it's gonna help
wow.
her out. And then later on, when they were on top of they were dancing on top of telephone wires and electrical wires.
Yeah.
He's letting you know how the electricity in that Puerto Rico is so bad by
Is that what
showing
that
it.
was about?
Yeah,
No shit.
that's a message. Because the grid is owned by somebody, and it's real bad.
Okay. All right.
So that was a message there.
All of it was messaging.
Yeah, and then when everybody was singing in those bushes, those were the sugar canes that were in were in Puerto Rico in the beginning when they brought in, because there were no black people in Puerto Rico before the Spaniard brought in the slaves,
Right.
and they were taught how to pick sugar through the Puerto Ricans. Because they were Puerto Rican were not Puerto Ricans back then. They were called Taino Indians.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Taino.
We should do the history of Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, baby.
Yeah.
The history of Mexico. We invented birth control, but we never practiced it. But yeah, man, that's what when if you want to have somebody who speaks English, man, they gotta have 250.1 million. The biggest follower, you know who has the most followers on Instagram in the whole wide world?
Who?
A soccer player.
Oh, Messi.
No.
Oh,
Ronaldo, 655.7.
No way.
0.5 million followers. That guy has more power on Instagram than anybody. If he were to show if you were to show this, playing with it,
People would buy it.
I'm pretty sure 10,000 of these will be sold.
In a heartbeat.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Right.
Guessing.
Yeah. No, I think you're totally onto something there. That's how much power that person
Me, I
has.
post this up, I might get stuff like, gay!
Yeah, dude. Well, we're on our
That's
way.
a lot, right?
Yeah.
He could post, he could quit soccer and run an Instagram page, huh?
Oh, for sure. He'd still make money. Yeah.
Just like the Kim Kardashian, the little sister, she charges what $50,000 per post, right?
Wow.
We're only charging $200 here, people. Butch is charging $95.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you have a business,
more than what I
if you have a local business, like you're from Van Nuys, California, you're from the Valley, San Francisco, you're from the Bay. Shout out to La Russell. If you're from the Bay, he's from the Bay.
I'm from the Bay.
That's your intro song.
Yeah, dude.
He's from the Bay.
I brought it to you.
From Berkeley. And Mike's Pizza, eh?
Yeah, but if you guys want me
he's from the Bay
to do shout outs, I'm from the Bay.
Nobody has ever put that many Filipinos in a music video, huh?
Dude, there's so many Filipinos. I love that.
Hey, you think like
Russell's the best.
You think like how they say LA wouldn't be Mexican without LA wouldn't be LA without Mexicans, like Tupac said.
Yeah, that's that to live and die in LA.
You think San Bruno wouldn't be San Bruno without Filipinos?
Fuck no, bro. Daly City.
Daly City, bro. I know it's a good place and all that, but I always feel like Daly City is at the edge of hell, bro.
Yeah, why?
Because I feel like it's on the edge of California, right?
Sort of, yeah.
By the Bay, between the Bay and Treasure Island, right?
Yeah.
But
no, it's on the coast.
Yeah. That place, man, I remember I partied there, bro, after a show. And I remember I went to a liquor store. Shout out to High Point Liquor Store, I think in Daly City.
In Daly City?
And I bought a bag. And in the bag, it already had a Red Bull in it and a vodka and a cup. And they when you buy it, they fill out the bag with ice so you could just drink it outside.
Pre-game, bro.
Put up High Point Liquor Store, Daly City. Yeah, High Point Liquor Store, man, Daly City. They sell everything and ready for drink outside. Surprised you never been there, Butch Escobar.
I probably have. I'm gonna look. I was looking it up right now.
Look it up.
I did spend a lot of time in Daly City, though. Fountain Liquor Store, Bevmo, High Point Beer and Wine. Yeah.
Right there, man. High Point Beer and Wine.
Oh, wait. Never mind. No, that's somewhere else.
Put High Point, Daly City.
Is that it?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it is, dude. Hell yeah, bro. That's fucking rad.
So like if you wanna get a top rib margarita, they put all the margarita mix in that bag, and then you can buy a cup of ice, a straw, and drink it on the way out.
That's fucking dope, dude.
Anything you want, Butch. So next time I want to see a photo of you and Becca pulling over, buying blunts, and then going to go party in Treasure
They need
Island.
to do that at weed stores.
Why not?
Like where they like give you full pack, rolling tray, fucking all that shit, bro. Fucking papers, lighter, weed, some hash.
History for Fools. Pancho Villa. We'll come back to it.
Yeah, we'll definitely come back to this, you guys. Thanks for watching.